Microsoft just leaked a mock-up of the Xbox UI having Steam. They posted this picture showing off all their consoles, and if you look really closely in the back, there is a tab for Steam back there. Now this is major news because this has been a rumor going around for the entire month, that sometime in the future, you're gonna be able to play Steam games on an Xbox. This also adds up to the new Xbox handheld that they're supposed to be releasing this year. And I'll be the first one to say this, man. If Xbox and Steam have a collab, we are so back. Because year after year, we have been getting blown out the water by PlayStation, Nintendo. But to have a collab with Steam, allowing Xbox players to access the Steam library, it's gonna be insane, guys. We are talking about an entire library that hasn't touched console in years. The last time Valve had a game on Xbox was with the Orange Box, man. And I'm telling you, this is a step forward for Xbox users in the future. I've been Xbox all my life, but unfortunately I had to switch to PC because they've been lacking. But this will bring a lot of Xbox fans back because of the access to the entire Steam library. Now we don't know too much about this still. It still could be really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine trying to play Half-Life with a controller. That shit sounds crazy. But we'll have to see in the future, man. But I'll say this right here. This is a step forward for Microsoft.
The Xbox is back in the news again this week because they accidentally leaked a screenshot of their upcoming UI for the Xbox. The reason this is making the news rounds is because the screenshot shows a screen with the playable games on the console, but there's also an option for Game Pass, which, you know, is normal, and Steam. And of course, Microsoft hasn't mentioned anything about bringing Steam games to the Xbox, so yeah, this made the news before Microsoft pulled the screenshot down. The other rumor that's coming out of this whole thing is that they may also be working on an update for the Xbox app that'll show games from your Steam and Epic Games library. And then on top of that, this is all coming right after the rumor about them partnering with the gaming OEM to release a handheld this year. Now, I was thinking that they would just use Windows for the handheld, possibly a more handheld-friendly version, but with this rumor and the screenshot of them showing the Steam tab, I'm wondering if this will tie into the new handheld. Like, maybe the interface is just going to be the same as the Xbox console, but you can also just install Steam and Epic Games, and they'll just have separate tabs for them. Now, as far as Steam on the Xbox Series consoles, I'm not sure how that will work. I assume that it would just be games that Microsoft has on Steam, and maybe you can download them and play them on Xbox. But either way, I think that the prospect of Xbox being a more open platform is a pretty cool idea.
Bro, Xbox is absolutely hilarious. Because they're like, yeah, PlayStation, you can have our exclusives, right? And PlayStation was like, well, fuck you, you're not getting any of ours. Xbox said, hold my beer. Bro, that's the funniest shit ever, bro. Xbox just leaked that they're going to have Steam on their new consoles. It wasn't like a logo, it was an entire Steam folder. They were going through like how their system would work and da-da-da-da. And when they realized what they did, they quickly took it down because people were going absolutely nuts. It's a sad day for us PS lovers, you know what I'm saying? Because if they, you know, if you cater to the notion of a console war, Xbox just won. And shout out to them for doing this, man, because this totally just debunks the AAA gaming thing. Like this, that throws that all the way out of whack, bro. No more taxing the hell out of us to play games that they call AAA because the graphic quality is really high, but the gameplay quality is really low and it sucks. It's a sad day for game developers. W day for us, man. When this comes out, it's going to change the game for real. Developers are going to have to start loving their craft again. They're going to have to make games that are actually good and not just cash grabs like they've been doing. Because giving indie games to console players, you're opening that door because there's already such a thin line between AAA and indie games. In fact, 90% of the time, indie games have been better because the developers are doing it for the love of the game, not the love of the money. And the cool thing is, you know, if Xbox does this, PlayStation's going to have to, from a competitive standpoint. So maybe Xbox doesn't win. Maybe PlayStation does that and then does something even cooler. I don't know. But good for Xbox for being the first one to do it. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe they stole this idea from PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't really know I don't know the ins and outs of that, but this is dope. This is dope. Either way, Xbox. You know what I'm saying? If PlayStation don't got Steam on it next gen, I'm definitely switching over to Xbox. I don't care if that thing's built like a fucking toaster with a wiener on it. You know what I mean? I'm there.
Is Steam coming to the Xbox? So the other day, Microsoft posted this image showing off the next generation of the Xbox app for PC. But if you look closely, there is a Steam button there. Now, when asked about this, Microsoft took that image down, which really just fuels the speculation, because Phil Spencer's been on record in the past saying how, wouldn't it be interesting if Steam or Epic Games Store ran on an Xbox? And they are currently in the middle of redeveloping Windows 11 to specifically run much better on handhelds and potentially on Xboxes. So if you put the puzzle pieces together, it's actually not a totally crazy idea for Microsoft to be developing a version of Windows that's specifically meant to be on the Xbox and handhelds. How cool would that be? Steam, Epic, whatever you want to do when you want to jump into Windows, but you also get all the advantages of Game Pass and, a UI that actually makes sense with a controller. It's kind of the best of both worlds.
The PC community is in a panic. It just leaked that Steam games are coming to Xbox. Microsoft, who of course owns Xbox, said that they plan to bring the best of Xbox and Windows together. Then they published a blog post with an image similar to this one. And then someone at The Verge noticed, wait, is that Steam? After The Verge pointed this out, Microsoft instantly took down the image, implying that you weren't supposed to see that. Of course, no leak is confirmed until it's actually confirmed, but this looks like confirmation. If people can play their favorite Steam games with keyboard and mouse using an Xbox at 4K 120 FPS for $500, it's not looking good for the PC community.
Steam is coming to Xbox. It's pretty much confirmed now. Xbox basically leaked that they're coming out with a new UI with the Xbox that has a Steam tab for all of your Steam games. Will this promote more sales of the Xbox? I'm kinda on the fence about this. It's hard to say because people might buy consoles because it has Steam now and they don't have to spend like thousands of dollars on a brand new PC so they could play their Steam games. On the other hand, people would be like, well, I'm just gonna buy a PC now because that has Steam also. What's the point of buying a console that doesn't perform as well as a high-end PC? Personally, I think it's awesome that Steam is on a console, and I think other companies should do it, but I don't know if it's good for that company necessarily. I also don't know if Xbox will make revenue from selling games on that Steam app. They might. Let me know if you know about any of this in the comments. Guys, what do you think about this? Do you think this is good for the community? I think so. I don't know if it's good for Xbox or Valve. It's probably good for Valve, honestly. They're going to make a lot of cash from this, but let me know what you think in the comments.
So Xbox just leaked that their next console is in fact going to have Steam. And no, I'm not kidding. They leaked it and then had to take down the photo because it was, people were kind of going nutso about it. And the photo, there's no misconstruing it. They were showing what the layout of their future consoles are potentially going to look like. And one of the tabs on there is literally just Steam. It spells it out. It's not a logo that people get confused. It's just Steam as a whole folder on the new Xbox. Yeah, Xbox One. No, like, Xbox wins. They do. You put Steam on there, it is an instantaneous victory. Like, no, understand, bro. Console war was not cringe in the 360 and PS3 generation. It wasn't even cringe for PS4 versus Xbox One. It became cringe when both companies just stopped giving a shit, and then they just competed with how much money can they lose. Like, yeah, cool, PlayStation makes another remake after another remake of a game that was made for the PS4. Xbox is over here twiddling their dang thumbs and wondering why people aren't getting on the console. And then they make Game Pass, and then they actually lose money on Game Pass. So their new console, I'm gonna be real, had to be up there. Yeah, bro, if it has Steam, PlayStation is cooked. You have to have Steam on your console now. Like, this is the next big game changer. Like, no, graphically, it's not gonna be that different. Like, no, we're already turning into gaming PCs. The technical leaps between consoles is effectively zero. Like, somebody smarter than me can explain it to you, but we will never have a technological jump like we did from the PS3 to the PS4. That'll never happen again. The next big thing is going to be for, like, customer or consumer experience. Steam is the best place to buy video games. It is. No, dude, it is so much better than every other way to buy a video game that they made a walled garden environment so they don't have to compete with it. Xbox, by putting Steam on a console, literally turns this garden into Yosemite National Park. The only way PlayStation can be competitive is by putting Steam on their future console. And they're not going to do that because the PlayStation Store is a direct competitor to Steam. Xbox just checkmated the entirety of PlayStation by doing this, and they will win. No, I will get the next Xbox if Steam is there. There is no question in my mind. Don't even get me started on the exclusives, bro. PlayStation has to decide whether they want to pull all their exclusives off of Steam and lose out on money, or Xbox just effectively hit them with a checkmate so hard, now they have all of their exclusives. Absolutely insane business IQ. Xbox is taking W's left and right now.